Alright, good evening everyone. I'm back with another stream and we'll be working on the footer once more. So I've sketched up something using Sketch and yeah, we're gonna make the footer look like this. It looks better than, oh, how do we zoom in? Yeah, okay. So it looks better than the previous, well, it looks better than what we've done in the first stream, and also this is Sketch, like this is the best version of it. It's probably not gonna look any better than this, but yeah, this is just an idea and we're gonna try and make it real. So in the previous stream we've come this far, which is very far from the stream. It's huge compared to the one in the stream, right? But yeah, this is the final design and I want to make it look like this. So let's get started. I think the first thing that I'm gonna do is to put the signature to the bottom of this Let's Meet div. Of course, we're gonna make these things smaller and we're gonna clean these areas up. We're gonna put some background to footer, the social media icons to make them look like the Sketch versions. Like this. But yeah, before we do that, let's go ahead and put the signature in here and also this little thing in there. Okay, I've committed my changes in the Let's Meet footer, but that doesn't mean we can't modify them any further, right? Okay. Let's have home module.sass. Yeah, this can stay open too. And I also, oh, right, okay, well, it's just slow. Right, I want footer module.sass in here as well. Okay. Alright, where's this link color thing used in? But okay, the first thing we're going to tackle is we're going to put the signature under the other div, right? So all of these things are in a row, and this row contains 1 and 2 divs right now, and the signature is just where signature is under this div, but we're going to put it outside in the footer, which means we can delete, yeah, we can delete all of these things, right? Yeah, all right, I'll go with that. Okay, let's delete all of those, and we're gonna, the ID is feeling quite sluggish right now. Should I restart it? Maybe. Just invalidate caches and restart. Just it's been a while since I've restarted IntelliJ IDEA, and I don't know. It's written with Java, right? Anything could go wrong. It shouldn't take too long to restart anyway. Okay, we're gonna put the signature. Ooh, did I close the server down before doing that? I hope I did. Yes. Well, I don't want to start another port. Kill all. What process is it though? Okay, how do you kill a running node instance? Can I just do that? And then that works. Nice. Or at least that, yeah, it works. Okay. So that solves the problem. Okay, we're gonna put the signature down there, right? And we also need to make the signature white, which we can by just introducing a new signature called the white signature, because this one's black and we use it in the blog, but I don't want to introduce another separate filter just for this one. Okay, where's the signature? It's under data, images, and it's in here. But what if I wanted to change the code for this? Background. Oh, well, the background should be somewhere in here. I don't know. Style. I have no idea. Let's not worry about that. Let's put the signature to the place that we want, and then let's change the color right after. So the signature is going to go into its own place, right? It's going to come after the footer, and also there will be some text that comes after the footer too. And this text is just going to be a paragraph. Well, it shouldn't be a paragraph. It should more be like a span. And it's going to say January 2020. Okay, now this one has to be centered. What's the width for this thing? I don't want to open it in responsive mode, so I want to see how, if we can center this easily. Right click, inspect, and well, maybe not. Maybe it needs to go in its own div. I think that's the case. What if we make this a paragraph? Does that solve the problem? So if we change this to be a paragraph, let it refresh. Let's inspect this thing again, and yeah, we can use text center then. So we can give it a class name. We can say text center. Let's go back, and it should be centered now. Okay, January 2020, it's centered, and well, it started looking like the sketches. So I just need to add some padding to the top of that, or to the bottom of the signature. Actually, I need to add some padding to the signature itself. Let's just add padding top and bottom to the signature. Right? Okay. So let's go back to IntelliJ IDEA. We're gonna be doing padding Y. Let's go with 2. Yeah, 2 seems to be a good option. Good shout. Okay, did it refresh? Yeah, it did. Okay. And we don't want that much padding at the bottom. That should be there. That's right. But this thing should not have margin bottom. We could get rid of that. So this paragraph, actually let's do padding Y for the signature. Does the signature component accept class name? It doesn't, so we have to add the capability to pass class name in. So this is going to have some class name, and it's going to be a string. It's going to come after this one. Class name, prop types, not string, and it's not required. The default value is going to be null. Okay. Image class name, we're going to pass it the class name that we just created, so we're just going to do class name. Oh no, just class name. Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's clean this up, and let's go back to the previous file. And now we can pass it the class name, like as so. So we're going to have padding Y2, so it has some padding towards so it will have some padding from the div that's on top of it, and it will have some padding from this text right there. And this text is going to have, well, we'll decide. Let's see the results. Right. I was wrong. It shouldn't have had paddings. It should have had margins. So this should be margin Y. Ooh, maybe it requires a bit more. Let's see the sketch. Yeah, it requires margin top, a bit more margin top. So we're gonna separate this margin Y. We're gonna do margin top MT3 and bottom 2, and we're gonna get rid of this one. Yeah, that looks more like the design. And we're gonna delete the padding for this January text. Or is it the margin? Yeah, the orange ones are the margins, right? We can get rid of the margins by just specifying margin bottom 0, and it's going to get closer to the bottom of the site. Yep, that looks more like it. Okay, I want to keep this as is because that looks like the designs too. Okay, cool. Now let's change the color of the signature and also the color of this text too. Let's take a look at what color I specified for the background of this div. I did 2D, 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 2D. That color was specified in footer.module.sass, or no, it wasn't. It's in home, right? Yeah, it is. Why developer skills? Where's the footer background? Yep, there it is. So we just made the footer background just slightly darker. Yep, that shows. And we're gonna make the signature white. This text, let's see that text color. What text color did I use for that? This is what's the color there? This is A6. Where do I use this link color? I see. Yeah, that's going to be the link color. Okay, cool. But that link color is going to change now. This link color is going to be A6, A6, A6. Let's take a look at the results. Okay, that looks more like the design. And this is going to be the link color too. Well, that's not the link color though. Let's make this blog. No, I've been working too much on the blog, right? Footer, dark text. Okay. Yeah, that works. Let's go back. Okay, right now, we just need to change this, change that. Right. We also have to assign the footer dark text color to this paragraph in here. We're gonna put the styles in curly brackets because we're gonna use the Bootstrap style too, not the non-Bootstrap style that we just put it in. Okay, cool. You'll see. Footer dark text. So I specified the color for the footer dark for the January 2020 text too. Okay, as you can see, that changed as well. Yeah, that looks similar. Now we have to change the signature. We have to make it ever so slightly bigger, and we have to introduce a white signature. We can introduce a white signature just by... Is this fully white? I believe this is fully white, right? Yeah, that's fully white. I remember doing it, like changing the color of this thing to white yesterday. Yeah, that's FFF. Okay. That's the brightest thing in this footer, which it should be because it's a signature and I've signed... Okay, just don't question the design choices. Let's open this thing in Adobe Illustrator and I'm going to change the color of it. Okay. Well, I've just shown you many of my files, but it doesn't matter. Right? Right, let's not do that. But let's go to the Finder from here. So the signature SVG, let's open this in Finder. Come on, yeah. And open with Adobe Illustrator. We're gonna have a white signature. I'm gonna create a new file for it. Or should we just use a filter? I'll make it white. I'll make it white. You know what? I'll just make the signature white and I'll change it in the blog. Let's save it. Close it. Okay, let's go back to the website. This is white now. Yeah, let's take a look at the design again. Do they look similar? Can I close this bar at this side? No, maybe not. I'm not very proficient with. I'm not very good with Sketch. I'm not gonna lie, but at least I can sketch stuff, right? Okay. Yeah, it looks very similar actually. The signature just needs to be ever so slightly bigger. Let's quit this one. Signature, where is this coming from? Signature module at SASS. Yeah, let's do height 32. Okay, that's not really a big difference, but okay, I'll stick with that. Yeah, it's almost the same width as the January 2020 text, right? It should be just a tiny, tiny bit bigger. Let's go with 34. Okay, I'm happy with that one. Yeah, okay, let's keep that. And let's center this text. This is aligned to the left now. So let's meet should be centered. Where's the let's meet text? No, no, no. There. There. What's left text? Okay, time to clean this up. Footer, light text. Let's go back to Sketch. Let's see what color we used for this one. What's this? This is C9. Okay. C9. And we don't need to specify color in here. Left text. Yeah. Okay, cool. And we're going to specify both of these styles now. And also we need to center it. That's obviously one more thing. And what is the size for, wait, where is it? Sketch. What's the size for this one? It's 90, wait, what? 95, 95. 8.5, okay, 95 divided by, what's the default font size that we use on our website? Let's take a look. Is it 13, 14, 12? What do we use? Yeah, what's one REM? No, that's, no, that's not it. So 14. 14, no, okay. 14 times 8.5. 119. It can't be that big. Anyway, let's just center it and let's see how that looks. Looking for let's meet text. Yeah, it's here. We're gonna do text center. Let's switch back. Okay, that looks more like the designs, right? Well, it needs to be a bit more closer towards the right, which I can do. If I only add the padding towards the right of it, I could do that. I think I could do it, or I could add another div towards the left of it. Okay, bootstrap spacing, there we go. And do colon. While that, okay. Actually, I want this, exactly this, yes. So the second, that's the first one. No, yeah, that's the first one. Row justify content center. That's what I want. That's exactly what I want. And these are not going to be 6, these are going to be like 5-ish. Cool. Yeah, let's use that. So if I paste this in here, it should automatically work. This is going to be a 5. That's going to be a 5 too. Let's see. Okay, they moved ever so slightly closer together. What if... No. I think that's acceptable though. It's okay. It's okay. It's just... no. I can make the horizontal rulers width. I can... Such a big hassle though to change it. Okay. I can increase the padding for this one and that one. Yeah? Yeah. So I can do padding, no, margin x2, and I can do the same for this one too. Let's see what that brings. Didn't do anything. Alright, let's change margin with padding. Maybe that will do something. I'm still not familiar with this padding and margin thing, padding and margin stuff, even though I've been practicing this for a long time. Oh, okay, it's too small. It's smaller than the original one, which means we'll have to increase this to like 4. Let's go with 4, yeah. Did that make a difference? That did make a difference, but it's not padding we're after. It's margins that we're after, probably. So let's try margin x4 and margin x4 in here too. Let's see what that does. Oh, I clicked on my Instagram now. Oh, okay. So that did it for this one, but it didn't do anything for the other one. Right, that's something we can take a look on one of the next streams. Maybe let's just remove this. This is probably going to end up being a 3-part stream because we're already 22 minutes in and we haven't finished anything yet. I just want to get the colors sorted out and then I can take care of everything else later. I want to get rid of this horizontal bar there because that's not on the design. So there is horizontal ruler in here, which we can remove. Alright, that's removed. I want to make this, I want to change the color of these texts. I want to center the items in here. These things need to be centered in that div. So let's center all of these things in the divs. That's the first thing. Let me inspect the elements. So let me see which element I need to center all of those things at once. So it's this div that contains all of them, call MD5. So this div has to have margin X auto. No, what am I doing? It should be margin Y auto. It's we're vertically aligning stuff. Yeah, that centers everything. Cool. Now I have to take care of the colors and the paddings between these things. So, let's just copy this. I want to put my proper name in there with the Turkish accents, you know. Let's put the proper name in here. So class name is name. What's name? Oh, come on, I don't like that. Okay. So the class name is going to be, what's the text color for the name? That's this. This is C9. That's C9 too. That's C9 too. Okay, what do we use for C9? Footer light text. So this is going to be footer light text. And it's going to be the same case for that one too. Yeah. Okay, that makes them the same color at least. Now let's put some background to the social media icons. I don't remember how to do that, but but I've done that in the blog. So let's go to the blog for a second. Let's inspect this. And footer something social media button background. Yeah, that's a property that I've passed, right? So let's go to the blog component for a second and let me remember how I passed it. So in the social media button, there must be a social, oh, there's the footer. Okay, blog has a footer. I'm not having, yeah, we've extracted that in a previous stream. If I should remember these things, come on. Forgetting too many things. Oh wait, I've closed it down. Okay, blog, footer. Blog footer has social media bar and button background. Well, yeah. So button background is coming from here. Yeah. And what is this? It's just the background. Let me copy that one. That'll do, yeah. Let me paste it in here. Or I could just do this. Let's try this. Oh, we have a home button here now. This is D8. Not sure if that's going to look good, but let's try regardless. That's too light, isn't it? These things need to be darker, which is why I'm going to copy over the dark style from the blog footer thing. So it's 444. Let's change it to 444 now, like this. That's better. I kind of prefer this one. Maybe I'll change it with something that looks lighter later on, but for now it's acceptable. It's just fine. They do need to have some padding though from the bottom, which they lack. Yeah, so okay, let me add some padding Y to these things. Padding Y axis PY. So first of all, does this thing accept a class name? It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. Should I change it to accept a class name? Not really. It's honestly, I'm better off having paddings in here. Padding top 3. And this paragraph will have class name footer light text. And these light items, list items, not light items, list items are gonna have footer dark text. Right, okay, that looks better. And I need to change the buttons, like the circles, like the bullet points. Yeah, the bullet points. Customize. Why is this website so huge? What's this? I don't like this. Okay, let's try this one. Why is this so slow? Come on. Okay. I want to change the color of these things though. Oh, this is how you do it. Okay. Don't know how to write this in SASS though. I could try. I could definitely try. So all of these list items will have a class name. I'd rather assign that class name to, yeah, I'd rather do this. Let me just copy it and let's put it in footer. Let's just put it in after social media buttons right there. And I have to modify this now. Is that going to just work? I don't think it's going to work, but let's try it. Let's assign a class name. Stream links. I don't think this worked. Maybe I have to do that and do a tab. Not sure if this is the right syntax for SASS. Oh, it's not. Okay, to SCSS. Oops. Well, yes, it is. It is how you do it in SASS. Maybe I've done something wrong. I don't know. How does that one use it? The example. Oh, it says list style none. I can try that. Is this like a CSS hack? Don't think that's gonna work, but regardless, let's regardless of whether it's going to work or not, let's try it. I'm still learning English, can't believe it. It's been years, but it's so difficult speaking and like writing. We've always been taught how to write rather than how to speak. I'm gonna try a different example. Why is this? Why does this have to be so difficult? I'm not going to do any more Googling. This stream is already 33 minutes long. I can leave that for the next stream. I want to take care of more stuff before I finish this one. So last thing, let's take a look at, oh, is this centered? Are all of these things centered? That's what I'm wondering. We should get rid of the padding bottom or margin bottom of this one. One sec. Okay, let me clean things up. Padding bottom. No, margin bottom 0. Yeah. Okay. Let's make this text smaller too. Because it's smaller in here as well. This one just looks more elegant, and I have no idea how I'm going to put that circle there, but I'll figure out a way to do it. Let's make this bar thicker. We can do that by just increasing the border width. We can just make it 2 pixels. No, it doesn't look as good. Let's do 1 pixel and let's increase the opacity to 0.2. That's gonna make it look more white and defined. Yes, it does. And then let's make this text smaller, right? Instead of 9.5 rem, let's go with like 9. How does that look? Still not as small. Let's try 8.5. And we need margin Y auto in this element, which is the paragraph. And also we probably need margin auto in this div too. Okay, let's make it smaller. While we implement it, let's make this 2 and 2.5. And let's center this text first inside the div, and we're gonna restore it to, well, actually, yeah, so paragraph has to have margin Y auto. Well, still doesn't work. I remember doing this before in the project, but I don't remember how I did it. Oh, okay, this is it. This is it. But I'd rather do the flex, but I'd rather use the flex way, align self-center. I think this was it. I think this was it, yes. So instead of doing margin, I'm going to use margin Y auto, and at the same time I'm going to do align self-center. And I think that was the solution to the previous problem. That didn't do anything. Ah, not cool. Let's go back. I'm not gonna read the blog post about it. Align middle. Align middle. I don't think that's that easy. But let's remove margin Y auto too. Let's try align middle. No, still doesn't work. Okay, that's one thing that I can take care of in the next stream. So, tasks for the next stream. Center this let's meet text and then make it bigger again. Increase the padding between this horizontal bar in here and this area. Let's push this towards the right just a little bit more. Add some paddings to this section because it lacks padding compared to the sketches. Like this one has more space at the top, and also I have to figure out how to add this circle there, right? Yeah, this is it, and I will see you in the next stream, and I have to decrease the paddings in this area too. Okay, this is it. I'm gonna do a part 3, and we'll probably be wrapping everything up in part 3. Wow, that's it. We have to fix the blog post footer too, because the signature is not showing there anymore because we've changed it to white. See? Not good. Okay, we'll take care of that one too. All right. See you in the next stream, and have a good